On December 4, 1971, a Lockheed L-188 Electra turboprop operated by the Peruvian airline LANSA took off from Callao Airport and headed for Pucallpa. Among the passengers was 17-year-old Juliana Koepcke, a schoolgirl flying with her mother for the Christmas holidays. The plane's path was blocked by a thunderstorm, but the pilots decided to stay on course. This decision was later cited by the Commission as the cause of the subsequent disaster. The thunderstorm cloud caused severe turbulence, and then lightning struck the right wing. The fuel tank caught fire and the intense flames tore off the wing. Juliana Koepcke found herself flying over the Peruvian rainforest with her mother when she was thrown from the plane by lightning. She fell 3 kilometers, strapped to her seat. The plane dived and went into a nosedive. The girl would later write in her autobiography, "When I fell from the sky, it was pitch black, people were screaming, and then the deep roar of the engines filled my head completely. Suddenly the noise stopped and I was in the air, torn from the plane. I was falling freely, strapped to the seat and hanging upside down. The whistling wind was the only noise I could hear. I saw the jungle canopy spinning toward me, and then I lost consciousness and remembered nothing of the moment of impact with the ground." Only later did she learn from hearsay that the plane broke into pieces about 3 kilometers above the ground. Of the 92 people on board, 14 survived the fall, as the Commission established, but all of them died before help arrived, except for Juliana Kepke. Koepcke woke up the next day and found herself on the ground. While still in the air, she had broken her collarbone, badly bruised her and received several serious cuts, apparently due to the turbulence, when the plane with a torn wing began to spin. For days she could not move from the spot from weakness. Finally, her strength returned. Koepcke's first impulse was to try to find her mother, but to no avail. She found a bag of sweets and a pie at the crash site, but the latter was so mixed with mud that the girl left it. Juliana heard rescue planes flying over the jungle, but she did not know how to signal them. The crash site was hidden by a solid wall of foliage. The rescue operation never found the downed airliner until Koepcke, after the rescue, told where to look for it. Koepcke decided not to wait, but to try to find people. The question arose of where to go. After thinking about it, she chose to wade along the stream. Only 9 days after the accident, she came across a moored boat. There were no people near it. There was a canopy on the hill. Gathering her last strength, she climbed up there and discovered that the canopy protected an outboard motor from the rain. There were no people nearby. Juliana decided to treat the wound on her shoulder with gasoline, in which maggots had already appeared, remembering how her father had treated their dog with gasoline. She felt better and stayed under the canopy for the night. The next day, she was discovered by lumberjacks, who took her to the hospital. Later, Juliana learned that her mother was among the few who survived the fall, but died on the ground from her injuries. The disaster traumatized Juliana Koepcke, but did not ruin her life. The girl entered the University of Kiel in Germany, becoming a biologist, following in her father's footsteps. She then returned to Peru to conduct research in mammalogy, specializing in bats, and in 2000, after her father's death, she took over the research station in the Peruvian forests that he had previously directed.